Hello again, old school metal vinyl freaks. Welcome back to the channel. Oh my goodness, we reached our 2000 followers landmark. Unbelievable. This is an astonishing result, mind-boggling result, which I would have never expected. And I'm being perfectly honest with you guys. When I started this whole channel and the Instagram page linked to it back in, I believe it was 2018, never in my wildest dreams I would have imagined that I could reach 2000 people. Mind you, I'm perfectly aware of that. These are incredibly small numbers. The bigger scale of things. I, of course, don't want to compare myself to the much bigger and much more professional channels that are around. That's not the point of this whole old school metal vinyl thing. My point is to provide, if possible, useful information to all, metal vinyl freaks around. And also, as a leftist music channel, as a leftist metal channel, probably the only, to my knowledge, leftist metal channel around, to provide you with some different perspective regarding the opinions of your favorite metal musicians. I mean, I've always thought that, most metal musicians around, they might be good musicians, but that's pretty much all the good contribution they have to mankind, because their opinions, more often than not, are absolutely brain dead. And one of the points of this channel is to expose them as they are, so that maybe the people who are listening to my stuff are, they will develop some better critical thinking, which is one of those things that most metal fans tend to lack. I notice this in some of the comments that I receive. They tend to think that whatever like Bruce Dickinson says is utter truth. I mean, that's not how it goes. The fact that a certain given person is a good, talented musician doesn't mean that is also an expert of politics, of economics, or whatever. So yeah, one of the points of this channel is to develop some critical thinking, so that maybe, I don't know, next time you're hearing Dave Mustaine talking, discussing the, I don't know, public health system, you will know that yeah, he's a skilled musician, he's one of the best guitarists ever, but he doesn't know shit about stuff like that. And as long as that result is achieved, that's one of my main goals is achieved as well. Like in that sense, I also wanted to take the chance to answer to one of the comments I got in a previous video. There was this Destroy 666 video which I uploaded some 10 days ago, and there was one comment which was very interesting, because some guy said something like, okay, so if you dislike their politics, why are you giving them room on your channel? You're giving them free publicity in a way. Are you trying to cancel them? Answer: hell no, I'm not trying to cancel anyone. It would be incredibly foolish of me to think that I can cancel anybody. And even if I was given that possibility, I would not do that, because I don't believe in that in this cancel culture. What I do believe in is exposing people, exposing their own opinions, and when they are lame, I will just take them as they are, and I will be 100% honest about it, and just keep it going like that. And if people like it, I'm glad. If they don't, as I said before, there's a plethora of different channels around that will give free room to fascists and their delusional ideas. Not this channel. There is no free speech for fascists in here. With that being said, let me take an extra 30 seconds to thank each and every one of the 2032, I believe, followers so far, who have been following me and listening to my BS over the years. Thank you. Your support is incredibly appreciated. And the fact that you've been, supporting this channel for so long is really impressive, to say the least. I've been saying this for a number of times already in the past. This is an incredibly unprofessional channel filled with a poor crapola old phone. And the fact that, yeah, I made it to 2000 followers is nothing short of impressive. Just to celebrate this landmark, the very same day I hit the 2000 follower landmark, I also got a couple of pieces of vinyl in the mail. You know that I seldom buy metal vinyl these days. It's not exactly my favorite kind of music anymore. I moved on to different sorts of music, but even like that, I still buy records and releases by bands that I'm a huge fan of, and just like that I had to purchase this really wonderful SAMAEL box set, which I will review today, as well as the latest Halloween double picture disc and the new mono incorporated Darkness LP. Now I will get back to Halloween and mono incorporated in one of the next episodes. In this in this video I will just concentrate and focus on the SAMAEL Morbid Metal box set, consisting of 7 inches EPs, combining all the demo stuff they released from the early days up to the up and before the release of the first album on Osmos Productions, which is a really jewel for SAMAEL fanboys. Mind you, SAMAEL is one of the few black metal bands I decided to keep in my collection because they never disappointed me so far. At least to my knowledge, they have never, come up with delusional para-fascist views in interviews or whatever. They were always, very professional, sticking to their music, at least to my knowledge. If you have any other kind of information, feel free to let me know down in the comments. But in my book, SAMAEL is one of those safe bands with no fascist leanings. So this box set, 5 picture discs, it was also released as in a black vinyl edition. This one is limited to 500 units only. It's completely sold out. I had to buy my own copy on Discogs. Mind, it's getting more and more expensive by the day, so if you're into it, just try to secure yourself a copy, because this is gonna be sold for the price of gold in no time. Let's give it a quick unbox. I already gave it a listen, and it's absolutely impressive. So first of all, what you get here is a certificate of authenticity that says, yeah, you're the actual owner of copy 194 out of 500, only 500 copies pressed of the picture disc edition. There is this patch with this artwork taken from, isn't this like the Baphomet from Eliphas Levi or whatever? Not an expert of esoteric stuff at all, but I'm sure they used this artwork in one of their previous releases. Cool thing if you have a battle vest. I'm way past my battle vest days, so I will just keep it like that. There come the EPs, absolutely marvelous releases. Solar Picture Disc, as I said, this is the first one, Into the Infernal Storm of Evil, which is actually the first demo tape SAMAEL released in 1987, I believe it was the year of release. 4 songs, mind you, the quality is impressive. I suppose the label had access to the original master tapes, because never had I heard the early SAMAEL demo stuff in such good quality. So this is a jewel for all early SAMAEL fanboys. So this is the first EP, not really going in chronological order here. There is the From Dark to Black, another demo tape they released, I believe, previous to the first album, because it includes Morbid Metal and Knowledge of the Ancient Kingdom, which are both songs which ended up on Worship Hymn. Really cool looking again. There is a repress of the Medieval Prophecy debut 7 inches EP, which was the very first recording the band ever put out, consisting of 3 tracks, Into the Pentagram, The Dark, and The Third of the Storms, obviously in a Hellhammer cover. This is actually a reissue, coming with the original artwork, because the EP was actually re-released in a second version with a different cover artwork, which was depicting some one of those, medieval pictures from that drawer whose name escapes me right now. Mind you, open parenthesis here, some of you guys ask me if I'm into trading. I am not, I'm only selling my collection, but if you do happen to have a copy of the second version of the original Medieval Prophecy EP, please feel free to get in touch, because that's pretty much the only metal item I'm after these days. So yeah, if you don't have the original EP, which it's incredibly expensive these days, just go for this box set, you will get it included. Then you have Morbid Metal Live 1992, which is a very, very cool live recording from the band, taken from a Rotterdam show in 1992. Very cool looking again. Sorry for repeating myself, but it is what it is. Then you get the Macabre Operetta demo tape, which apparently reprises the artwork which was used for the After the Sepulture 7 inches EP. And this is the only release which includes some unreleased stuff in the shape of the Crown of Evil song, which is not entirely unreleased because parts of it ended up in the 2 Hour Martyrs song, which was part of the Ceremony of Opposites EP. And last but not least, you have this absolutely marvelous book that includes thousands of pictures, flyers, unreleased images of the band, some interviews with the band. This is, mind you, the version of the Medieval Prophecy EP, which I'm still after. If you have this one, please get in touch. Absolutely work of beauty. Shit tons of pictures from the very early days, some contributions from well-known personalities in the scenes, couple of interviews. As I said, this is a must for SAMAEL fans. So my only minor complaint, if there is if such a complaint is allowed, this is really first world problems, is the fact that these were all pressed at GZ, which I have a personal beef with. And as a result, but this is really a minor thing, I'm sure most of you will not really pay that much attention. I wanted to show you a clear example of this. GZ has this tendency of leaving some, black room, black space left on the edges. I wish, that the artwork could have been just an inch bigger, because the bigger the artwork, the better looking the EP is. This is very visible on this, even the Infernal Storm of Evil, Into the Infernal Storm of Evil EP, as well as on the other ones you have seen, maybe the Macabre Operator. So you can tell it could have been slightly bigger, but again, this is just me being an obnoxious D-bag. So if you're into SAMAEL, this is a 10 out of 10 release. Absolutely has to be in your collection. So guys, that pretty much does it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it, and please let me know down in the comments if you acquired this box set, which is really spectacular in my own opinion. It even includes some spine, beautiful writing, back cover, just can't possibly be missed. Guys, once again, thank you for the support. Again, the cost of sounding repetitive, 2,000 followers, an impressive result, which makes me really proud of what I'm doing. Hope I can keep it going. I mean, it's still a fun ride. Personally, I will try to, be as honest to you as I've always been since day one. That's my number one promise. Hopefully, you will find the content of this channel still interesting for the years to come. Let me know down in the comments what you think about it all. And till the next time, as usual, since day one, keep it loud and heavy, as always.